Darker Game today. This is my 5th time recording this because my camera just keeps quitting in the middle of the recording, and it's frustrating. I hate it, and I want a new camera soon, so I'm probably going to get one. So you guys are probably going to notice a quality upgrade soon. I recorded my top 10 video just now, and you've probably seen it before this video, and Trevenant was my number 1 spot. So it's fitting that I'm making a Trevenant BREAK Deck profile. And I know I've done it before on this channel, as I think my 2nd video ever, but still, I've made so many changes to it that you guys might as well see it again. So I have 4 Phantom, and this is, I know with a lot of evolution decks, the basic doesn't really matter. This matters, because if you end up going 2nd, if you have a Dimension Valley in play, you can use Ascension and get a Trevenant still. And then we have 3 Trevenant. And so what this does is, when it's your active Pokemon, your opponent can't play items. And so what you try to do is either go first and get a turn 1 Wally onto a Phantom and just turn 1 item lock, or go 2nd and still get an item lock by using Ascension or Wally. And then also we have Trevenant Break. Silent Fear is really good. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Basically, it's just to sorry, I can't think of what I'm going to say. Just to add damage to the damage pool. And it's kind of slow to knock things out, but once you do, man, it's so satisfying to take like 4 prize cards in 1 turn, and to just see the look on your opponent's face when they realize that they're just utterly screwed. We also have 1 Alakazam EX. Suppression you're not going to use much, but Kinesis is really good. When you evolve it into Mega Alakazam, put 2 damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon and 3 damage counters on your opponent's bench Pokemon. And of course we have 1 Mega Alakazam. Now Zen Force is amazing. 10 damage and then 30 more for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon. That is just stupid and ridiculous and overpowered. So, yeah. And that also helps with the dark matchup because it's not weak to dark. And in addition to that, we also have this to help with the dark matchup. Bud Barricade is pretty good. Negates the abilities of all non-psychic type Pokemon while it's active. And Psychic Assault is not bad. 10 more damage for each damage counter on your opponent's active Pokemon, and its base damage is 10. That's like Mega Alakazam, but not as good. Also, 2 Shaman EX. I've noticed a lot of people in the Trevenant BREAK decks have 3. I would only stick to 2. 4 is way too many, and 3, they just get listened up by like Mega Rayquaza decks and stuff a lot. So I wouldn't go with more than 2 for that deck. And then for trainers, 4 Ultra Ball and 4 Versus Seeker. That's a standard. Pretty much every deck, I think every deck I've profiled in standard has that. No, Vileplume decks. My Vileplume deck didn't have Versus Seeker because you don't really play Versus Seeker in Vileplume decks. Who's with 4 Bursting Balloon? Really, you can play this or Crushing Hammer. I like it with Bursting Balloon, but that's just me. And then also 4 Trainer's Mail. This card, when it first came out, was not a good, wasn't big. Now it is so big that it made it on my list of best cards. It used to be like $1.50. Now it's like $2.50 to $4. It's ridiculous, but it's a really good card. Yeah. Also 2 red cards. This card doesn't see much play, but it is really good if your opponent has less than or more than 4 cards in their hand, just to disrupt them, and hopefully they'll get a hand of 4 items. I did that once and it was pretty funny. Also, one level ball. You don't really see this outside of like grass decks mostly, but it's pretty good. It can search out mostly Phantom. Yeah, it's just to search out Phantom really, because none of the other Pokemon in here you can search out with level ball. But it's still good for searching out Phantom, which is why I run it. One battle compressor, just to like discard supporters to get them back with Versus Seeker. Or to like, if you know you're not gonna need a certain card, that's kind of helpful sometimes. Also one Alakazam Spirit Link. Of course, cause we run Mega Alakazam. One Super Rod and one Enhanced Hammer. Most decks have Enhanced Hammer these days, I've noticed. So that's kind of a good card to run. And then Super Rod, it's really just a necessary one-of staple in any deck as well. Now for supporters. For Sycamore, this is, of course, just standard draw power. 3 Wally. This is just to get turn 1 Trevenant, and 4 is kind of cloggy, so I think 3 is a good number. And also, 1 Pokemon Center Lady. Because getting a Trevenant break knocked out kind of sucks, because, of course, it's basically a stage 2, so it's hard to get one back out, so you're going to want to heal it. And then also a Listener and a Judge. I would actually use N. N is better. I currently do not have an N, so use N unless you don't have it, but Judge is fine. And if you don't have a Judge or N, but you still want to run the deck, just use an Ace Trainer. It's way worse, but and then Listener, any deck plays it. 4-Dimension Valley for stadiums. In the new Trevenant Break deck, because Trevenant, the old Trevenant's getting rotated out, you would probably want to use Parallel City, but I'll probably profile that deck again when the format rotation happens. For energy, 5 Psychic Energy and 3 Mystery Energy. Really, you can run no Mystery Energy and be just as fine. It's not like a necessary staple or anything, but it's still nice to have basically free retreat. And also something that you guys have to know about this deck, something that beats it very easily: 2 Shaman. Which is why, if you're going to a major tournament, I would take out either the Mystery Energy or one of the Sycamore for a Headringer. Here's what it does. You have an active Shaman and a bench Shaman. Attach a double colorless and use Sky Return, 30 damage on Trevenant. Put this one up. Double colorless, Sky Return. Just loop that, because this deck can't knock out a Shaman in one turn unless you use Mega Alakazam, which since it's only a one-of, that's not like too easy to happen. So if you're going to a major tournament, substitute Mystery Energies or a Sycamore for a Headringer. Yeah. Leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, at ConnorMLG2016, because why not? And leave a like and subscribe.